Mr. Harshit Bansal, I would just like to welcome you at World Education Summit 2021, and it's our pleasure to invite you as here as the key speaker. So, sir, I would just like to ask a brief about Abhinav, the schools of groups, and you can just illustrate over on this. It's running in Delhi NCR, please.
First of all, thank you for having me at the 22nd World Education Summit. I'm delighted to be here. And about our schools, we have 5 K-12 campuses across Delhi, primarily in Rohini, Pitampura and Dwarka. And the one thing that we focus at our schools is to imbibe the skill of adaptiveness to the child. Because as we know that the world is rapidly changing day by day, and it has been quoted by Microsoft that 66% of the jobs that are present right now will not be there by the end of 2035. So the major challenge before us, as educators, as teachers, as principal schools, is that we have to create individuals for the challenges that we are not aware of what would be there in front of the children. So to cater to that, what we believe at Abhinav Group of Schools is that the major thing or the most essential skill that will help the child to overcome or fight this rapid changing times is the skill of adaptiveness. Had we not been adaptive, we could not have been able to adapt to the COVID scenarios that came or the technology changes that are happening day by day in our systems, in our societies, etc. So yes, we try to build 21st century learners who can be the torchbearers of our society using the approach of interdisciplinary courses and actions. Thank you.
So that was great, explanation about your institution, sir. So my next question will be, sir, if we talk about the school education, and the government is so much focusing on the policies, they are just introducing the new policies to excel the school education scenario and the system over in the pan India. But especially if we talk about the Delhi NCR region, so how you're thinking just to add new takeaways into your institution, just to have more focus and instructing students on the more focus on the e-learning concept among the students?
See, after the COVID pandemic, we are rightly ready, or we should be ready for the hybrid mode of education and learning that would be most probably prevalent even after the endemic occurs. And talking about the policy changes that the government or the key stakeholders in the government are trying to bring in this sector of education, we have got a new refined education policy after 30-35 years. So it took the government a good amount of time to recalibrate the compass and bring in new ideas for the change of the society. So we're very much looking forward to the implementation of those, not only in Delhi and NCR but pan-India. So we are very much positive that the outlines of those, of the NAP, will be inculcated in the school system very efficiently by the state governments and the central government also. We as schools and the responsibility that falls on our shoulders will try to, bring justice to the policies that are listed out in that national education policy, and will try to make sure that in the end it is the child who is benefited the most out of those policies. And again, he can be the one who can take India to higher leaps. What I always believe is that the 19th century belonged to the Britishers. The 20th century came and it was conquered by the Americans. The 21st century is surely going to be conquered by we Indians. So I feel it is a responsibility of all of us to make Indian students, Indian culture, Indian students, that kind of strong from inside, so that they can be the ones to bear that torch to lead the 21st century.
Correct, sir. Actually, I would just like to mention it, sir. Like you just throw a light, you just throw a light on over, and like we Indians can have the 2021 scenario, and we can bring and just go away. So we Indians are doing great. So, sir, I would just like to ask the last question. If we talk about the education scenario over in the country, it's going across the country. So, how your school is focusing over on the module, the curriculum, just to improve the curriculum of the students, and what are the future goals that you are furnishing their minds that way, sir?
So earlier what used to happen was third party partnerships with other organizations were not at much a peak level. The inclusion of technology into the school systems was not much into the system as a need of the hour. But now, considering the 2 years that have gone into the pandemic and the learning gap has been created, so taking a lesson from that, what we believe is that technology at one is to be inculcated into the curriculums at the most level. Second, again, what I told in the first part, that adaptiveness is to be included. And third, we need to push our children at the higher grades to adopt the subjects of their own passion so that they can be happy workers. Either they are in the professions of employing or they are employed somewhere. The first index is to be the happiness index. So we are working on that. Entrepreneurship, skill-based learnings, discovery-based, inquiry-based learning, all these are into the curriculum and they'll be implemented in a much more efficient way through the use of technology now. Because hybrid mode will exist and we can have educators all over the world, organizations all over the world to interact with the children sitting at one place and the organization sitting at the other place. So taking as a benefit from that, taking it as a learning from the pandemic we have just observed. So I think this is how we are going to go forward with this.
So that was amazing, sir. Like you explained about that, you have just explained about how the future takeaways of your institutions. So, sir, thank you so much. We would just, it's great to have you as the one of the speaker here, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.